We should do something so it looks like we're not recording the same day.
Okay.
Perfect. By popular demand, meaning this guy's comment, Osu's version of Cup of the Day called Daily Challenge is now in lazer. So let's talk about it.
This is a completely new screen. It's using some real-time communications with the client, which means you'll see people playing in real time. It also just shows when anyone gets a score. It's kind of like the old events page, if you remember that. We haven't really tested this with, hundreds or thousands of people playing at once, but the hope is that you can sit in this daily challenge room and see stuff going on, and it'll be a fun experience for everyone.
Great question, PCFat4. For now, there's a new section on your profile that shows how many days in a row you passed the daily challenge, how many weeks in a row you passed at least one daily challenge. This is mostly for people who can't play literally every day, and how many times you placed in the top whatever percent of players.
We've just chosen some cool stats which we think will work well, but we can alter these. So if you have any ideas on new competitive stats or different placement criteria that should be added, then let us know.
Looking at the big picture for a second, what's like the overall goal for Daily Challenge, if there is one?
We're looking for, and I've been saying this for a while, but we've been looking for ways to kind of engage players in a friendly competitive way, and also just getting beatmaps some limelight where they wouldn't usually. So this seems like a good culmination of those two goals.
For maps, what's the plan there? Like, who's choosing a map for this every day?
You might have been following this as well, but I think there's a small group of people that have made a spreadsheet with some initial maps, but the thought was that we may get the Spotlight team in to take that over, if the Spotlight team still exists. So it's kind of undetermined right now as to who's going to be handling that, but hopefully someone will be. For the beatmap selection, we're initially going with OS mode only. We'll probably bring in other rule sets based on the popularity of the system and how things go. And we're looking to do difficulty incrementing over the week. So we'll start at a low star rating at the start of the week, and it will ramp up to something quite difficult. The idea here being that some people aren't able to play the higher end maps, and they can still participate in some days of the week. And each week that will reset back to low difficulty again, and we'll start from scratch with some new beatmaps.
I remember seeing something about different requirements for each day, like getting some amount of total score across all plays. Is that going to be a thing?
Yeah, community goals. So that's something that doesn't exist, and yeah, it's good you brought that up because I think it is something we do want to add. That would be like total amount of score or an average accuracy above a certain amount, or it could be anything. That requires a bit more thought in terms of implementation, so we can potentially make it as flexible as we need it to be to have the goals not too repetitive. As a gamer, I've seen that in other games, and it's been pretty invigorating to be part of, even if you're just one person out of thousands which are contributing to the goal. It feels good to have some community-wide vested interest. We've basically made this a bare bones system because we don't know how much traction it's going to get, and we don't want to spend too much time on a feature where everyone's like, why did you spend months on this and we don't even want this in the first place. One of the reasons for doing it this way is that's kind of how I used to make things on OS. We used to just push shit out really fast, and if it stuck we would go with it, otherwise it would just be Yeah, because we're doing this kind of bare bones, it feels a bit half-assed because I always say this, but it's up to the community to suggest what they want or what they want to see in the feature going forward, because we've kind of set out the goals of it and what we think it should look like, and yeah, take it from there.